When you start a business, the logic you use to measure your progress stays the same whether you are selling a glass of lemonade or a fleet of luxury cars. Let's look at how this works by starting a small venture of our own, a business selling smartwatches. To get started, we need to head to a wholesale market to pick up our first piece of inventory. You find a watch and buy it for 500 rupees. This is your cost price, or CP. It is the money you pay to buy an item before you sell it to anyone else. Because you spent that money, your pocket is currently minus 500 rupees. Now you take that watch to school and find a buyer. Your friend hands you 700 rupees for it. That 700 is your selling price, or SP, the amount of money you sell the item for to a customer. You make a profit when your selling price is greater than your cost price. If we subtract your 500 rupee investment from the 700 rupees you received, you are left with 200 rupees of extra money to keep in your pocket. This balance between money coming in and money going out is the absolute baseline for how every business operation functions. However, things do not always go as planned. Imagine nobody at school wanted to buy the watch for 700 rupees. To make a sale, you finally find someone who will only pay 400 rupees for it. This results in a loss. A loss happens anytime you are forced to sell an item for less money than you originally paid for it. If we look at the math, your cost price was 500 rupees, but your selling price was only 400. 500 minus 400 reveals a loss of 100 rupees. In this scenario, you end up losing some of your own money. This is why business is not just about making sales. It is strictly about ensuring your selling price stays higher than your cost price. Now, let's look at a different problem. If your business makes a profit of 50 rupees, is that actually a good result? Context matters. If you bought a pencil for 10 rupees and made a 50 rupee profit, you have done exceptionally well. But buying a car for 500,000 rupees and making 50 rupees is poor. Percentages let us compare fairly, showing a 500% profit for the pencil versus a fraction of 1% for the car. We follow the golden rule. Profit and loss percentages are always calculated on the cost price because it's your actual invested money. In our sale, we divide the 200 rupee profit by the 500 rupee cost price, multiplied by 100 for a 40% profit. Now, try this yourself. Pause the video and calculate the loss percentage for our second scenario, where you took a 100 rupee loss on that same 500 rupee cost price. Using percentages allows you to measure the true efficiency of your money, no matter how large or small your business grows. Let's check your math and walk through the loss calculation together. Following the textbook steps, we take the 100 rupee loss and divide it by the original 500 rupee investment. Multiplying by 100 reveals that you took a 20% loss. This means that for every 100 rupees you originally spent, you lost 20 rupees of it. To recap the basics, you only have a profit when your selling price is larger than what you paid to buy the item, and whether you are celebrating a gain or analyzing a loss, you must always calculate the percentage based on your starting investment. These 4 core formulas provide the fundamental framework you need to understand the financial health of any business operation.